Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Floss, back again with another video. And today we're going to do a quick unboxing of the brand new HTC Ultra. Now, this is HTC's newest flagship phone. I pre-ordered this from them in January. It just got delivered today. So this is the retail version. So what you see is what you get. Now, if you buy this from HTC's website, you're looking at $750 plus tax and shipping and handling. So altogether, you're looking at around $800. Now, is this the best phone you could get for $800? I would say no. Now, we're going to go into this with an open mind. But look, you got the Google Pixel XL. You got the Galaxy S8. You got the LG G6. You got the Moto Z. And you also got phones that's cheaper, like the Mate 9. So we're going to have to wait and find out and see if this is worth it or not. Now, this might be the phone that diehard HTC fans been waiting for. Now, you know I hate talking about specs, but since this is an unboxing video, let's go over the main specs that you need to know. Starting with my most important spec, the price. $750. So this is an official flagship priced phone. Now, this is a GSM phone. So if you're in the United States, this phone will work on AT&T or T-Mobile. If you got Sprint or Verizon, you're going to have to wait. Now, for the display, we got a 5.7-inch Super LCD 5 capacitive touchscreen display with a resolution of 1440 by 2560. Now, that's 513 for the PPI Patrol. And it does feature Corning Gorilla Glass 5. Now, it's running Android 7.0 Nugget. All right, shout out to the Nugget boys. For the chipset, you got the Qualcomm Snapdragon 821 with the Adreno 530 GPU. Nothing brand new. Now, you do got expandable memory, so you can drop a micro SD card right in that slot, up to 256 gigs. Now, you get 64 gigs of storage with 4 gigs of RAM. Now, for the camera, on the back, you got a 12 megapixel, that's f1.8, with optical image stabilization, laser and phase detection, autofocus, dual tone LED flash, and you can shoot video at 4K, that's 2160p, 30 frames per second. On the front, you got a 16 megapixel camera that shoots 1080p video. Now, here's something important. No headphone jack. I'm going to have to talk about that. Now, you got USB Type-C connection, no removable battery. So you got a 3,000 milliamp battery that does feature Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0, but no removable battery, no wireless charge, and the phone is not water resistant. All right, so a couple of things that I don't like already. Now, for the colors, so far they got 3 colors out on HTC's website. You got Brilliant Black, Ice White, and Sapphire Blue. Now, they're supposed to have Cosmetic Pink coming, but it's not on the website just yet. All right, so let's check this out. Typical HTC presentation. Let's see, did we miss anything? You got HTC U-Sonic sound, 3D audio recording. Same thing like the HTC 10. You got HTC Boom sound, high-res audio, fingerprint sensor on the front, where it's supposed to be. All right, cool, I like that. Let me grab a little unboxing knife. Shout out to the little unboxing knife. Here we go. Rah. Let's check this out. $800. All right. Let's see if we get any tape on this. Nope. All right, here we go. Typical HTC presentation. Nothing changed. About to rage quit. All right. All right, so here's your phone. Let's open this up. Let's see. Power, fingerprint sensor. All right, your basic instructions. Woo, look at that back. Yo, all right, that back just caught me off guard. Now, I never seen this in person, but yo, that back is crazy. Y'all know how I feel about the glass backs on phones. You seen the LG G6? This might look better than the G6 because of the black color, but we'll see. All right, so let's power this on. Let's see what else you get in the box. There we go. Okay. Here's your SIM ejection tool. Gonna need that. You get a case. Now, this is not gonna be nothing fancy, but just a little cheap plastic case to keep you from getting fingerprints, because with that glass back, you're gonna have to have a microfiber cleaning cloth on deck, because that's a fingerprint magnet. Oh, check this out. Microfiber cleaning cloth on deck. All right, so shout out to HTC for throwing that in the bag. Some stickers right here. Now, of course, your usual books and shit. We'll file all that to the side. Keep it moving. USB Type-C connection. All right, so here's your USB-C cable, power brick, and your HTC headphones. Now, these are important. Now, these are USB Type-C headphones. I'll test them and see if they work on other stuff, but we'll see. HTC headphones. Now, these are supposed to sound great. I'm definitely going to test these out. They do look nice, though. No magnets on these, nope. But they do look nice. HTC branding on them. Like I said, USB Type-C connection. Now, for the phone itself, 5.7 inch. It definitely feels big in the hand, but it feels good in the hands. Ladies, you know the procedures. There's your 16 megapixel camera in the front, fingerprint sensor. Now, we got to talk about something else too. There's a secondary display on this that they copied directly from LG with the V series. Now, I said this before and I'll say it again. I'm a fan of companies copying off each other. Who cares? We're the consumer. So I'm not going to say, oh, I'm mad at HTC for copying off LG. I want them to copy the best features, especially if it works nice. So I'm not mad at them for copying, but it is a direct copy, and we'll see how it looks, though. On the bottom, here's your speakers. Now, again, on something else I don't like, no dual speakers. That was kind of HTC's trademark. No dual speakers, especially on a phone this big. Dual speakers would have been better, but the phone might have had to been a little bit longer, but it is what it is. Speaker on the bottom, mic, USB Type-C, no headphone jack. Now, I'm really not a fan of that, especially with all that space right there. Just drop a headphone jack for us people that like to use the aux cord in the cars. Okay, there's your 12 megapixel camera on the back, dual tone LED flash. On the top, just got a bunch of mics. There's your SIM ejection slot right there. Volume up and down. Nice clicks on these. Power button does have a little bit of texture to it. So when you got this in your pocket, you'll know the difference between the volume down and the power button. You'll feel those little ridges on it. Looks beautiful. Let's check that camera hump on the back. Now look, you got a little camera hump. That's no good. All right, for the people that rock no cases, if you like your phone butt naked, raw dog, you're not going to like that little camera hump right there because that's going to be putting the most pressure. When you put your phone face down, the most pressure is going right on your camera lens.
Continue touch.
Now, I don't know about you, but if you had phones in the past and you ever scratched one of these camera lenses, that's the end of your camera. All right, so you're going to need a case for this one. Now, regardless of if it's sapphire, crystal, and all that, I don't care. I don't care about that. I don't want no scratches on my $800 phone camera. So let's see how this case looks on this. All right, so that's how the case, let's see. Now, the case does flushify it a little bit. All right, that's my new word for the day, flushify. All right, so now the phone is nice and flush, so it's been flushified. All right, so let me pause the video. Matter of fact, let's get this case all the way on. No razivity, that's the other word. No razivity on the case, but it's going to keep your phone. Matter of fact, if you look closely, there's a little pattern on this. All right, so it's going to keep the fingerprints to a minimum, but with that glass back, you might want that to shine out. All right, so let me pause the video real quick. I'll drop my information in, and then we'll walk through the OS. All right, y'all, so we back in. Now, I just put my information in the phone. I've been playing around with it for a few minutes, and I got to be honest with y'all. I am definitely feeling this phone, but for $800, it's a no from me. All right, now, shout out to HTC for bringing us something different with the big 5.7-inch display. Everybody been asking for it. Y'all remember the last time HTC had a big phone, the HTC Max? That phone was cool, but it was slow. It had an outdated processor. The camera was trash. It was pretty much unusable for me. But it was still one of my favorite HTC phones just because of the size. So shout out to HTC on the size. But for $800, there's just too many things that's missing on this phone. Now, if this phone would have came out for $600, maybe after tax, shipping and handling, $650, it would have been game over, HTC back on deck. But for $800, it's a no. Now, in my full review, I'll let y'all know everything that I don't like and everything that I do like, because there's some stuff that I do like. But for now, I'm just going to scratch the surface and tell y'all a couple of things that I don't like just after using it for a few minutes. Number one, no headphone jack. Now, that might seem trivial, might not seem like a big deal, but this is the type of shit that I don't like. HTC didn't even give you the adapter. Now, not this specific one, but y'all know the adapter that looks like this. One end would be USB Type-C, the other end 3.5. This way you could use your wired headphones. They didn't even put that in the box. Now, this is the theme of the video. Y'all know the drinking game, $800. You just spend $800 on a brand new phone, and you get home and you want to play your new audiophile headphones. There's no headphone jack. So you assed out. Now, me, I like to have my phone in the car and use the aux cable. And also, a lot of times, I like to use wired headphones when I'm in the gym or when I'm going on long trips and I'm worried about Bluetooth battery. I want to use wired headphones. No headphone jack. So I'm not feeling that. Number 2, no wireless charge. Now, again, shout out to HTC for bringing us something different. The glass back, I love it. Y'all know how I love the glass back phones. But if you're going to have a glass back phone, the least thing you could do is have wireless charging. All right, now HTC, pay attention. You got to keep up with your competitors. So you got the Galaxy S8 coming out with wireless charge. Why didn't you drop wireless charge in your phone? Now, with all of the other HTC phones, we had an excuse because you had the unibody aluminum builds. Okay, fine. Everybody let them ride on that. But now you got glass back phones. Why not have wireless charge? Not feeling that. Now, y'all cats that think it's a gimmick, get a wireless charge phone and you'll see what I'm talking about. Next, the phone is not water resistant. Now, that's a big deal for me. Nowadays, all of the new phones are coming out with waterproofing technology. Once Apple has it, you already know. If it's on the iPhone, that should be the company's standard now. Once Apple got it, every phone needs it. Now, you just spent $800 on your phone. You're going to have to go and get a waterproof case if you're one of those cats that be on the beach or you're a real outdoorsman kind of guy like me. When I use my iPhone 7 or my Galaxy, one less thing to worry about when I'm not rocking the case is I know the phone is protected. No waterproof technology. No waterproofing technology. Next, the battery. Now, this is a big 5.7-inch display. Why does the phone only have a 3,000 milliamp battery? Now, I've been using this phone for about an hour. My battery percent is on 23. When I first started, it was about maybe 50. Now, of course, I'm rocking max brightness because that's what I do. But still, look at your competition. The Google Pixel XL, you got a 3,450 milliamp battery. Why is this battery smaller? Doesn't make sense. Phone this big and this hefty with the price tag, it should have had a 4,000 milliamp battery, 3,500 the minimum. All right, so I don't like that. Another thing I'm not really feeling too much is the display, Super LCD. Now, this is debatable. This is just my personal opinion. I like the AMOLED panels better, you know, especially with the all blacks. It looks real nice. When you use LCD displays, they kind of look a little bit, I wouldn't say washed out. Again, this is user's choice. When I use the AMOLED panels like on the Pixel XL, some people think that it looks a little more cartoony or the colors look a little too vivid. I like that. I personally like that a little bit better. When you go back to LCD, sometimes the white looks a little bit faded out, looks a little creamy. Sometimes they have a pinkish hue to it. I'm just not really feeling LCD. I prefer AMOLED. And the last thing that I don't like so far, now there's a whole list that I'm going to have on the full review, but the last thing I don't like so far is for $800, why do we have last year's specs? All right, now Qualcomm, this is not their newest processor. This is Snapdragon 821. They got a newer version coming out, Adreno 530 on the GPU. That's last year's specs. So why do we have this year's prices on last year's specs? Not really feeling that too much. But overall, after all of that, I will say there are some things that I'm definitely feeling. And the thing that I'm feeling the most so far is the build quality. Now, holding this in your hand, this definitely doesn't feel like an HTC phone. Now, I had to put my official HTC clock back on. But other than that, just using the software and holding it in your hand, it's going to feel like something different. All right, because you're not used to having this glass back. It just feels great in the hand. Ladies, you know the deal. This is premium build at its finest. All right, so you're not going to have a problem with the build quality. All right, you're going to love that. Now, let's go over some of the stuff that I do like, such as the secondary display. Now, again, this is a direct ripoff from LG, a direct bite, but I like it when the companies bite, and I like the LG secondary display, so I'm definitely going to like it on this. Now, I use it functionally when you get your notifications. They're going to pop up right here, but the thing I use it really most for is for the apps. I like having different apps, my most used apps on the top. I could just tap on it and take it directly to Instagram. All right, my bad, y'all. I accidentally put somebody's phone number on blast. All right, now there's some things that I do like. Fingerprint sensor. All right, shout out to HTC. Fingerprint sensor is nice and fast, super responsive. Not the fastest in the game, but it's up there. You're going to love this big 5.7-inch display. All right, secondary display is a go-to. Let's go through some of the features. Now, it is your typical HTC Sense. You got HTC U-Sonic. Now, that works when you plug in your headphones. I'm going to test that out and see if it's a big deal or see if it's just a gimmick. But if it's anything like on the last HTC 10, then it's going to be good. Let's see anything we need to look at. Let's go to personalize. All right, so you got all your HTC themes. That's one of the things that people love about HTC Sense is the themes. So you got all your themes on deck. You could change your dialer color, your keyboard color. Very customizable. I like that. Fingerprint sensor on deck. All right, let's see. Let's go to motions. I'll leave the menu button. Let's go to motions real quick and see what motions is on deck. All right, so you got double tap to awake the screen. You got swipe to unlock, swipe left to go home, and swipe right to launch blink feed. All of that is when your phone is closed. This just shows you how to use them. You got your World Star feature. Swipe down twice. That'll take you directly to your camera. And speaking of the camera, let's do a quick test shot. All right, now I just got this in the mail. I'm too hyped. I'll do a video about this later. Star Trek Bluetooth communicator. All right, let's do a little test shot. Okay. Let's see how that looks. Oh, beautiful. All right, so we'll do a full test with the camera, but I don't doubt that this camera is going to be dope. Now I just used the pattern, but I do got the fingerprint sensor set. Let's see anything else we missed on the settings. Now I'm just playing around with this right now. When I do the full review, we'll go over everything. Secondary display settings. All right, you can customize that a little bit. We'll talk about that all in full detail. But just after using it for a few minutes right out of the box, I like this phone. But for $800, it's a no. All right, it's a definite no for me. You'll probably be better off getting a Google Pixel XL or a Galaxy S8 or even an LG G6 with the no bezels and the wide-angle camera lens. This is just, I don't know. Matter of fact, let me let y'all hear the speakers. Now, that's another thing that I like about this, the speakers. Now, it doesn't have that classic HTC double sets of speakers, but it has the same ones from the HTC 10 with the speaker on the bottom and another speaker inside the earphone. So let me show y'all how that sounds. Let me pull up a video. All right, my usual test song. Here we go. Now let me put it close to the mic so y'all can hear it. Now the speakers on this sound really good. You got music coming from the bottom and from the top. And one of the things that I like is you still get your notifications on the secondary display while you're watching your video. All right, that's pretty dope. Now you still got your split screen multitasking. All right, so I can have Google on the bottom, Google Talk, and my YouTube videos on the top, and you can adjust them. All right, so we'll cover all that stuff when we do the full review. Let's open up the camera real quick. Let's see the camera app. Looks stock. Stock camera app. Nothing too fancy about that. You got your HTC Zoe camera, Panorama, Pro. I will take it to Pro mode real quick. All right, so you can change the ISO, the shutter, white balance. All that stuff we'll get into in full detail. Fresh out of the box, you see I'm on 15% battery now. Fresh out of the box, this phone is a go, but for $1,500, for $800, it's a no. The phone is a go, but for $800, it's a no. Oh shit, that rhymed. All right, now before we get out of here, let me do a little size comparison just so you can get an idea of how big this phone really is. Let me grab some other phones. All right, so let's do a size comparison against some of the other heavy hitters that's out. All right, so we got last year's HTC, the HTC 10. The Ultra's a lot bigger and a lot taller. All right, so taller and wider. Now, LG G6. Now, these are two of the sexiest phones that you're going to see this year. These phones look beautiful. But the Ultra is a lot taller and a little bit wider. Build quality, they both feel amazing. Now, my favorite Android phone, the Google Pixel XL. All right, the phone is shorter, all right, so not as tall, not as wide, but has a bigger battery and a better display. Let's see, Moto Z Droid. Now, this is one of the most underrated phones of the year. The Shatter Shield killed it on this. My screen looks like shit. Let's see. HTC Ultra. A lot taller, a little bit wider. Build quality, I'll take the Ultra. What else we got? Let's see, iPhone 7 Plus. Now, this is one of the tallest phones, but the Ultra is even taller. A little bit wider. Build quality, I like the iPhone build, but the Ultra is just better. Just feels more premium. What else we got? LG V20. Now, this is a tall phone too. Let's see. Almost the same height, about the same width. Build quality, I'm going with the U Ultra. I hate the fingerprint sensor on the back. Let's see, Hawaii. All right, shout out to Hawaii. The Hawaii Mate 9. Now, look, if y'all don't get the joke, you don't get it. But we say Hawaii on this channel. Hawaii Mate 9. This has a beautiful build, a lot cheaper. Not as tall, but look at the price difference. $600, $800. Basically the same specs. What else? Galaxy S7 Edge. Another beautiful phone right here. Now the U gotta be taller. Yep, a lot taller and a lot wider. Build quality. This is a toss-up, but you got wireless charge, no wireless charge. They both feel premium. Now, Galaxy Note 7. In hand, I'm still going with the Note 7 for the build, especially in the black one. It could just be the colors, but the build, these are two beautiful phones, but you know the Note 7. Hold up, what you said? I miss you too, baby. I miss this phone so much. This was the phone of the year. Look-wise, let's see, height. Height-wise, the U is taller, but this phone is everything. This was the everything phone right here. And now for the heavy hitter, the biggest phone that I got, the Hawaii Note 8. Look at this. You could put this phone on the back and still see the Hawaii phone clearly. All right, look at the height difference. It doesn't even cover up the camera. This is a big beast right here. The main thing about this phone that I didn't like is it doesn't work on the US carriers with 4G. Now, if this phone would have came out on Sprint or Verizon, this would be my favorite phone. This is the phone that I use the most in my house. When I'm in the bed, connected to Wi-Fi, this is a heavy hitter right here. Makes the Ultra look small, and this is probably the second biggest phone that I got. Anyway, I'll do the full review on this phone next week. You know we're going to tear it down from top to bottom. Everything that I do like, everything that I don't like. We're not holding nothing back. If y'all got anything specific y'all want me to cover when we do the full review, leave it in the comment section. You know I'll get back to y'all. Anyway, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. Shout out to everybody that rock with me on Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter, Google+. Shout out to all the Google gangsters. I see y'all holding down that Facebook page. Shout out to everybody hitting me up on Voxer. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with me on Instagram. Y'all know that's where I'm at full time, 100% full throttle. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with the new stream on Sundays. Y'all already know, Stream Gangsters on deck. Get your drinks ready. No meat boys allowed. Oh yeah, special shout out to everybody following me on Snapchat, Flossy_Carter. That's where I'm at. And a special shout out to the notification squad. I see y'all in the comment section early. #salute. Oh yeah, one more thing. I almost forgot. Fellas, ladies, say it with me. All y'all haters, all y'all trolls, close your eyes and picture me rolling. It's your boy Floss, I'm out. Deuces. Scotty, won the beam up.